Imagine a thriving city, suddenly empty. Millions of inhabitants vanished without a trace. This isn't a sci-fi movie. It's happening in nature, right under our feet. We're talking about the baffling mystery of ant colony colossi, phenomenon that leaves scientists scratching their heads. What could possibly cause an entire ant society to just disappear? What if your entire community, your home, your very way of life, suddenly crumbled? For ant colonies, this isn't a hypothetical. It's a terrifying reality. We're about to explore the shocking reasons why entire ant civilizations are collapsing, leaving behind ghost towns of tunnels and chambers. The struggles they face might be more familiar than you think. Why are millions of ants suddenly dying? It's a question with profound implications, not just for the insect world, but for the delicate balance of our ecosystem. Join us as we unravel the shocking truth behind ant colony collapse, a silent epidemic that could have far-reaching consequences. What unseen forces are driving these complex societies to their ultimate demise? Welcome back to Unmolding Science. When we think of colony collapse, our minds often jump to bees, but a quieter, equally perplexing, invisible catastrophe is unfolding beneath us in the complex, hidden world of ant societies. Ants are not just scattered insects. They are eusocial organisms, meaning they live in highly organized, cooperative societies, true cosmic misfits of the insect world. A single colony can function as a superorganism, a massive, interconnected network where every member plays a vital role. When these societies vanish, it's not a natural migration or a simple death. It's a structural failure that leaves behind no corpses, just empty, intricate architecture. This startling trend of ant colonies vanishing without a trace is not just ants being ants, but a potential ecological alarm. Researchers who study ants, known as myrmecologists, report perplexing observations. Established, thriving nests suddenly fall silent. The foraging trails dry up, and the deep, protected brood chambers are abandoned. Today we are going to embark on a deep dive into the survival struggles faced by these tiny, complex insect civilizations, dissecting the intricate factors that contribute to their mysterious disappearance, from environmental pressures to insidious parasites and the fragility of their social dynamics. Our investigation begins with the usual suspects, the powerful, human-driven environmental stressors that are destabilizing ant life. Habitat loss and urban sprawl are perhaps the most direct threats. Ant colonies require specific, stable environment, soil composition, tree cover, and access to water to build their often massive nests. As wild lands are paved over or converted to monoculture farmland, ant territories shrink, forcing massive colonies into smaller, less sustainable areas, or destroying their complex homes outright. This lack of space also leads to increased competition and stress, weakening the colony's defenses. A more insidious impact comes from the widespread use of pesticides and insecticides. Unlike a large animal that can flee a chemical spill, ants are exposed to these toxins on a microscopic level every time a worker forages, even at low, sublethal doses. These chemicals can have devastating effects. Many modern insecticides are neurotoxins that disrupt the ant's nervous system. For a creature that relies almost entirely on precise pheromones for navigation, communication, and social coordination, a disrupted nervous system means a complete breakdown of society. Workers may lose their ability to follow a trail back to the nest, fail to recognize a chemical alarm signal, or even be unable to properly care for the queen and brood. They essentially become tiny, confused wanderers, unable to contribute to the superorganism, leading to a slow but sure colony health decline. Furthermore, climate change is adding another layer of unpredictable chaos. Extreme weather events, such as prolonged droughts, floods, or sudden freezes, can wipe out entire colonies overnight, especially those nesting in the soil. Even more subtly, shifting seasons disrupt the precise timing of ant life cycles, affecting their ability to forage for food, reproduce, and time the emergence of new queens and males, adding massive strain to their survival. If environmental stress is the slow poison, then the unseen threat of pathogens and parasites is the sudden, internal devastation. Ants are constantly exposed to microbial threats, and a colony's dense, cooperative nature can turn it into an incubator for disease. There are devastating ant-specific fungi that can rapidly decimate populations from within. These fungal spores enter the nest and begin to grow, spreading through physical contact and contaminating the shared food supply. Once the internal immune system of the colony is overwhelmed, the fungus can turn the entire nest into a microbial graveyard. Perhaps the most famous and horrifying example is the phenomenon of zombie ants, caused by the parasitic fungus Ophiuchus. When an ant is infected, the fungus grows inside its body, taking over its central nervous system. It compels the worker ant to leave the safety of the nest and climb to a specific, elevated spot on the underside of a leaf where it clamps down with a final death grip. The fungus then erupts from the ant's head, releasing spores to rain down on the forest floor, ready to infect a new cohort of unsuspecting foragers. This parasite doesn't just kill, it weaponizes the host against its own colony, acting as a highly efficient, mind-controlling biological weapon. The rise of increased global trade and interconnectedness is another accelerant for these threats. Just as with humans, the movement of goods and soil across continents can inadvertently transport these silent killers and invasive species to new environments where the native ant populations have no natural defense, leading to rapid, catastrophic death. Beyond the obvious external forces, the core of the mystery lies in beyond the obvious, intricate colony dynamics. The sheer complexity of ant society means it possesses a surprising fragility. The entire superorganism is built around the queen's health. She is the sole reproductive engine of the colony, often producing millions of workers over her lifespan. If the queen is poisoned by a pesticide, stressed by a failing environment, or succumbs to a disease, the entire colony is doomed. Without her continuous supply of eggs and, crucially, her regulating pheromones, the worker caste loses its purpose and reproductive cohesion, often leading to a slow, irreversible decline. Pheromone communication is the invisible glue that holds the colony together. It dictates everything: foraging trails, alarm signals, identification of nestmates, and the regulation of worker behavior. A disruption to this chemical language, whether from a chemical contaminant or a parasite, can be catastrophic. If workers can't find food, can't recognize an invading species, or can't tell a healthy larvae from a sick one, the delicate balance of foraging, defense, and brood care collapses. This failure to maintain homeostasis reveals the colony's vulnerability. One weak link, such as a lack of sanitation workers or a failed foraging expedition, can unravel an entire society. Finally, a colony has an internal immune system, a set of collective behaviors like allogrooming and removing sick individuals, to sanitation areas designed to fight disease. When the number of infected or chemically impaired individuals exceeds a critical threshold, this system fails, leaving the colony vulnerable to myriad external threats and ultimately leading to abandonment and collapse. The perplexing nature of ant colony collapse is a powerful indicator of the broader health of our planet. It underscores why understanding and addressing this issue is vital, leading us to the final, crucial question: what can we do? Saving the tiny architects. Scientists are making groundbreaking research a priority, using advanced tracking technologies and genomic sequencing to identify new pathogens and understand exactly how pesticides interfere with pheromone pathways. This research is essential to developing innovative solutions and informed conservation strategies. But there are also simple, actionable steps viewers can take in their own backyards to support local ant populations. Minimizing or completely eliminating the use of chemical pesticides and herbicides on lawns and gardens is the single most important action. Allowing native plants to grow creates diverse foraging ground and stable habitat. Leaving fallen branches and logs to decompose naturally provides a crucial food source and nesting material for wood nesting species. Finally, we must understand the bigger picture. Why protecting ants is crucial for healthy ecosystems, and ultimately, for our own survival. Ants are essential seed dispersers for countless plant species, soil aerators that improve water retention and root health, and natural pest controllers that prey on harmful insects. Their sudden disappearance would trigger cascading ecological effects, disrupting plant life, altering soil quality, and collapsing parts of the food web. The mystery of ant colony collapse is more than just an insect crisis. It is a clear warning sign from nature's most organized societies that the world beneath our feet is under immense, multifaceted strain. By listening to the silent alarm of the vanishing ant, we can better safeguard the delicate balance of life on Earth.